All right, so I'm not entirely sure what this is supposed to be necessarily. Like, I don't know if I'm gonna upload this or if I'm just gonna do this for my own goddamn sanity or what this is gonna be. Obviously, if you guys are seeing this, then it is going up on YouTube, and I guess for the sake of that, I'll treat this like it's for YouTube. Um, Then again, I don't exactly know what treating this like it is for YouTube would be. I don't really hide much from people, so I don't hide anything, in fact. So I guess I'll just talk like I always do. So recently, I haven't had a super like consistent upload schedule. I was talking to Voidacat with about that recently. I had like okay, side tangent. I literally almost said Cool Cat there because he's been going by Cool Cat for fucking years, but now he's Voidacat. And I mean, it's a better name because Cool Cat makes people think of fucking unsavory things. But I don't know that was just something funny. But yeah, I was talking to Voidacat about this, and I was talking about how I don't really have a consistent upload schedule right now. And I will be addressing that in this video, by the way. I guess I'll just use this as an excuse to explain what the fuck's going on with my upload schedule. And I was supposed to make a video about that fucking months ago now. But basically, the reason I don't upload as much as I do as usual right now is because I just don't have the what would be the right word for this? I don't have the resources to make the videos I want to make. Because if you guys remember, it was about a year ago now. I shifted the direction of my channel to be more like, you know, like something like I don't even know how I would describe it. Like it's stuff inspired by guys like Katakura, Some Call Me Johnny, Peanut Butter Gamer, like all those kind of guys. Like a review show where I talk about video games and video game related media, and it's all it's funny. It's supposed to be funny type of stuff. And I loved making that stuff. Eventually, I ended up naming it Point by Point, which is I think it's a pretty decent name. Um, and I was doing that like weekly for a little while, but eventually like something just kind of snapped within me. I think it was after I made the Sonic 06 video I realized like the way I make these videos isn't sustainable because it puts a lot of stress on me and it's just not right. Like the Sonic 06 video, I got a lot of praise for that video, and I think this either the most viewed or the second most. I think it's the most viewed episode of Point by Point. If it's not, then the Sad AM one probably is, which I'm happy with because I love the Sad AM episode. But that Sonic 06 video, like I got a lot of praise on that video, and to anyone who likes that video and commented on that video saying they enjoyed it, I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful that you enjoyed that video, but personally, that was a learning experience for me because I do not like that video. I went back and watched it like in full recently, the full 2 hours, 15 minutes or 16 minutes, what the fuck it was. And yeah, the video is just so blah. It's just like, you could tell that I just played through the game and that I was just going through the footage and commenting on everything I could possibly comment on. And a lot of my points weren't the most original, and to be honest, I didn't even get across the point. Like at the end of the video, the moral ended up being, yeah, the game is terrible, which I don't even totally agree with. I wanted to go into it and say like it's not as bad as people said it was, but I still don't consider it good, kind of thing. But I ended up just talking shit on it because by that point I've been working on the video for 3 fucking weeks, and it's like most people could probably get a video like that done in fucking way quicker than that, and it's like it's all because I was editing it on my phone. Like, I was editing it all through iMovie, and it's like, that's just not fucking sustainable. You know what I mean? And all the audio was done. Okay, I don't know what the fuck that was. Something just dropped. I don't even know if you guys could hear that, but something just dropped in my brother's room. I don't know what the fuck just happened. That's the second time that's happened tonight. I'm recording this at like fucking 5 in the morning, by the way. And, yeah, that's basically what happened with that. And after that, I don't remember if I made another episode after the '06 one. I don't think I made another Point by Point after that. I'm pretty sure. I know I made a straight to the point on the Sonic Colors Rise of the Wisps thing, which, by the way, the name Straight to the Point is like one of the most genius things ever. It was actually my guitar teacher's idea because I was talking like back and forth with him about some stuff, and I was talking about how I do like YouTube stuff and how I base it all around the word point, and he said straight to the point, and I was like, I'm brilliant. So just credit to him for that. He actually has his own YouTube channel where he posts like music and stuff. I think it's Neville James Martin. If you guys want to go check him out, he's a really good guitar player. But anyway, so yeah, that's why I haven't been uploading as much recently. And like ever since I sort of stopped uploading like that, I see after I kind of made the decision, I started like obviously doing the Sonic News stuff, which kind of all started with the what people are missing about Sonic Colors Ultimate video, which fucking exploded. Like I'm still shocked by how well that video did. Which was followed up by the R Sega lying about Sonic Colors Ultimate video, and I just slowly kind of, well, not slowly, it was actually pretty abruptly, I turned into like a Sonic News channel, which at the time I was like, yeah, I could become, you know, like a Sonic News channel, like guys like Speed Supersonic and Premi Doremi and The Sonic Show and to a well, no, I was gonna say to a lesser extent like Gamer Guy 7 Aces, but no, I don't think anyone should be aspired to be the Gamer Guy 7 Aces. But you know what I mean? I thought it was a cool idea at the time, but honestly, I wasn't doing it because I wanted to. I was doing it because it got views, and like me uploading the Sonic fucking Twitter takeover thing was just like it was like the pinnacle of that. Of like, oh, this will get me views, so I'll do it. Which is something I told myself I'd never do. As long as I was on YouTube, I would never do something just because it got views. And I ended up doing that, and it was just like, I don't know. I don't enjoy it. And hell, all the guys I just listed, all those Sonic News YouTubers, I don't like any of those guys. I'm sorry. Like, if you guys like those guys and their content, that's fine. But I really just don't like them. I can respect Premi, at least. I can respect like what he does. I don't like his content, but he seems like a pretty dead-on kind of guy. But I'm sorry, with Speed Supersonic and Sonic Show, I just don't like them, especially Speed Supersonic. My god, if you guys have seen his Twitter, my fucking god. But we're not here to talk about that. So after a while, I think it was once I got to the, I think it was whenever I made the Premi Doremi drama video, actually. And like after the response to that kind of backfired on me, I was like, right, I need to, because my goal at the time was kind of to become known as a Sonic tuber, because once I started talking about Sonic a little more on Twitter and stuff, I started getting a couple people following me because I talked about Sonic. Like, I actually got Eldarin. Eldarin fucking follows me on Twitter, which is crazy. Eldarin's the guy who does like those things about the Sonic adventure and music and all that stuff. And whenever he followed me on Twitter, I actually damn near lost it because I actually love his content. He's awesome. So when he followed me on Twitter, I was like, well, maybe I could do this, and like, you know, because that community it's a very nice community, but I decided after a while I don't want to do that because then that puts me in a bubble to where I'm just able to, like, people will pretty much only watch my Sonic content. So I kind of wanted to back out of that, but I'm starting to think now it might be a little too late to back out of that because my Sonic content is still what gets the most views. Like, I always started uploading those Persona videos a while back, and those got alright views, like, for me anyway. But it just wasn't doing as well as my Sonic. Even my Sonic stuff isn't doing as well as it used to anymore. But I do want to be able to talk about other game franchises. Like, I do like games outside of Sonic. Like, I want to be able to talk about Persona, obviously, but also, like, Zelda and Mario and Pokemon. I'd love to be able to do shit on, like, Pokemon because there's just so much to dissect there. But, like, I think Zelda would probably be the most interesting one for me to do because it's just how much there is to talk about with that franchise. But I don't know. So what I've kind of just been doing recently is, once I stopped doing the whole Sonic News thing, I started just sort of, whenever I had an idea for a video, like, just make it. And that's when I started doing all the fucking, the random Persona videos around the anniversary event back in February, which ended up being fucking nothing. And I'm guaranteeing you the one for April's going to be nothing as well, but I can dream. But whatever. Also, Zippo came up with some other bullshit. I swear, Zippo's like my arch nemesis at this point. But, I don't know. But yeah, the fact that I haven't really been able to upload as much recently, like, I feel like it's kind of starting to take a toll on my mental health because there's so many videos that I want to make. Like, if you guys follow me on Twitter and Instagram, which most of you don't, that's understandable. But, like, if you guys really do want to understand what's going on with me, like, do follow me, especially on Twitter. I post on Twitter all the fucking time. So, like, if you guys want to know what's going on with me, like, Twitter is the best place to find that kind of stuff because I'm always constantly tweeting random shite. I do like a lot of weird fucking Persona fan art, though. You probably see a lot of that in your timeline if you follow me. Because like, obviously it's like, oh, it's creators that you know of like this. So, creators. What the fuck am I saying? But you know what I mean. Like, people you follow of like this, you'll probably see like a lot of weird Persona fucking fan art. If you follow me, I don't retweet much of it, but whatever. You get the point. But yeah, I've posted like some stuff on Twitter saying like, oh, I have this massive list of like content that I really, really want to make. And that's true. I do have like a massive list of shit I want to make, but it's all point by point type of stuff that I need, like, because I don't want to say too much, but I'm turning 18 this year, and when I turn 18, I'm gonna come into like possession of a lot of money, and I'll be able to actually, I'm gonna spend all that money on, like, stuff that I can use for YouTube, which with a I know for a lot of people maybe thinking, oh, with an audience this small, that's a really dumb idea, but to be honest, I feel like this is my opportunity to give this a huge, like a massive like shot, because I love doing YouTube, and I just like doing it for the fun of it, and I want my content to be the best that it can be. You know what I mean? Like, even if it is just a hobby, I still want my content to be the absolute best it can be. That's always been a thing that I strive for. So, you know what I mean? And I'm hoping, but the problem with that is that means I'm not going to be able to make like consistent content until like August, and it's like, what the fuck? It's like, really, that's not that long away, but from an internet perspective, that's such a long time, and it's like, what do I do? And I feel like the fact that I can't upload consistently is starting to have a serious toll on my mental health, because there's so much that I want to do, but I just can't do it. And it leads to me just being like, ugh, you know what I mean? Not to mention, like, I'm going to be getting a little more personal here, but my social life has just taken a huge, like, dive, I can't fucking speak, in the last few years, because well, actually, you probably don't know this, I've only really talked about it a few times, but I dropped out of high school, like, 2 months into my fourth year, and, it was for reasons, to do with just, it's, how do I explain this? Like, basically, I was having a really rough time in that school with certain people, and, like, the school just fucking refused to do anything about it, and the whole school system just pissed me off, man. Like, it really, really did, and, like, so I just stopped going, and, do I regret it? Yes and no. Because on one hand, it's like, yeah, that has come back to bite me in the ass already, and I knew it would. Obviously, I knew it would. Like, you don't just drop out of school and not think, oh, this is gonna come back to bite me. This is all. You don't just drop out of school and think, oh my god, this is gonna go perfectly. Like, of course, it's gonna come back to bite you in the ass. It's fucking common sense. But like, for my own fucking sanity, I had to. And for that reason, like, it's weird, like, whether or not I actually regret it or not. I don't encourage anyone to do it. I want to make that clear. I don't encourage that, because it's a bad fucking idea. It was just, my situation was really, really bad. And it's weird because, like, you always hear, like, anyone who's watching this who is still in school, like, I know this is gonna sound so dumb, because I remember thinking the same thing, but like, you always hear, oh, you miss high school once it's over, and I remember always thinking like, oh, how could I miss this? But you really do. Like, I don't know what it is, whether it's like the routine of things, or just how simple things are, or like just constantly being around people, even if you don't like those people, you're still around people, if that makes sense. And like, even if they are all just like pretty much enormous I almost said female, enormous male genitalia sitting in seats, basically, which is pretty much all my class was. Okay, that's not fair. There was like a couple pretty cool people in there, but most of them were just dicks. Like, a good amount of them were. And it's like, but even at that, I still miss it. And I still wonder, like, what would have happened, like, had well, I don't know. I say I wonder what would have happened had I stayed on, but I don't really, because I know what would have happened had I stayed on. I would have kept going until COVID hit, and I probably would have stopped going anyway, because that whole thing would have just made me super uncomfortable, like, going into school during that. Like, it would have just made me super uncomfortable, and it just wouldn't have worked out. I've had this conversation with some relatives of mine, and how it's weird that that was probably inevitable anyway. But I don't know, and I feel like just all those different things mixed with the fact that I don't really I used to have a decent amount of people who I spoke to, but now the only person I speak to anymore is Voidicat. Like, he's the only person that I've actually spoken to, like, outside of my family in like the past few months, like, because I don't talk to Niall anymore. I haven't spoken to Niall in like 2 years. Like, he was the guy I used to run Stupidest 101 with, which that's Stupidest 101 is another thing I kind of stopped doing. But yeah, I don't really talk to him anymore, which is like, I mean, it's sad because I knew the guy basically my whole life, but I think most people who knew me like thought that was inevitably going to happen at some point because of how much me and him have like fought throughout throughout pretty much our whole lives. And I don't really talk to Nathan or Waffles anymore, which is pretty not because we're not friends anymore or we're on bad terms, but that's just kind of how me and him roll. We'll go like a really long time without talking to each other, and we'll just end up talking, and then we'll start talking again. It's weird. We do this shit all the time, and I guess we're just in a weird thing where we're not really talking as much right now. But I don't know, because recently Woodicke's the only person I've been talking to, and like, no matter how good friends you are with someone, if they're the only person you talk to, it's gonna fucking start to really strain on you after a while. Like, I think that's pretty much common sense. I'm sure he'd agree with me. I'm sure he's sick of me at this point as well. Well, I guess he does interact with other people at least, which I don't really outside of my family. So I don't know. I feel like a lot of things just led to me having a bad mental state recently, and I just wanted to make this video to sort of get all that out there and mix it with like a whole, like, why my upload schedule is the way it is. Because I've even considered, because I obviously have my second channel, ClickPointXX Plays, which a lot of you probably don't even know about, but yeah, I do have a second channel. And I've wanted to come back to that for such a long time, but I just haven't done it, and I have no idea why. Like, because my second channel is a Let's Play channel where I just do Let's Plays, but I also want my Let's Plays to be good, man. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I want my Let's Plays to be good quality Let's Plays. Because the ones I used to make were just lazy as shit, and I would, like, if I go back to it, to be able to make, like, actual decent ones. I just don't know how I would go about that, or even what games I would play, because right now I have, well, I say I have 2 ongoing series, but really one of them's, like, literally one part away from ending, because I was doing Sonic Adventure 2, which is, like, literally, as I said, like, that's, like, I beat the dark story in the last episode, so, like, it'll take me 1, maybe 2 more videos to beat. I doubt it'll take me 2, but, like, yeah, and then the other one is Doki Doki Vigilante, which is a Doki Doki Literature Club mod, like, based on Persona 5, which is, like, the weirdest shit. But I played it because it's based on another, well, it's not based on, it's made by a YouTuber who I watch called Afro Zero, and I'm a huge fan of his, so I wanted to be able to play that mod, but I'm just bad at reading, so I don't know what I'm gonna do. I also had the idea for, like, a dual Let's Play series that me and my brother Aqua could do. My brother has a channel called Aqua, by the way, and that we could do on both of our channels, where I play one of the Pokemon games and he plays the counterpart. So, like, if we did Generation 1, the remix, obviously, because the actual Generation 1 is a nightmare to go back to. I would do Fire Red and he would do Leaf Green, or I would do Heart Gold, he would do Soul Silver, or just Gold and Silver. Well, even Davis on Gen 2 is kind of hard to go back to now. Or I would do Ruby, he would do Sapphire, I would do Pearl, he would do Diamond, like, kind of thing. I thought that would be a kind of fun idea to do, considering me and him did used to both... Well, he still does love Pokemon quite a lot. I don't really love it as much as I used to. I used to love Pokemon so much I had, like, my own Pokemon channel. If anyone, no, if anyone remembers, nobody fucking remembers that. That channel had like 7 subscribers. But yeah, that was a thing. But yeah, I don't know why I haven't got back to the second channel. I guess I do. Well, I don't know. I say I don't know why I haven't, but I guess I do probably have a little more thinking to do about that, about what kind of content I want to make on there. So I guess I could just do that. I know, I probably should have said this like 20 minutes ago, but yeah, this video is super rambly and ranty, and I get that, but this is just, as I said, something I felt like I needed to make, and I feel like I got, like, the importance of it out of the way at the very start, and if you're still here, I appreciate that. It's cool that you like, stuck around through all my bullshit. Yeah, I guess, is that, I'm trying to think, I thought, like, all I want to say, because I have this habit whenever I do videos like this of, like, just, like, saying shit, and then, like, and then, like, what's the word, like, I leave shit out, and then afterwards I'm like, damn, I should have said that. Like, I do that in literally every video I make. It is the most depressing shit. So I'm trying to make sure now, like, is there nothing else that I want to say? Because, nah, I think I nailed everything. I think I nailed pretty much everything. I guess the only real thing... Well, I even kind of talked about how I dwell on the past too much, which is, I think I did talk about that quite a bit, actually. See, now I'm just losing track about what I've been... This was just sort of a place... This was just basically a place for me to vent. and get my frustrations out there, because it's a lot better whenever you say this shit, like, out. And I know obviously there's some people who like just do this shit and like record it like just for themselves, but for me, like, that was never the same. So I probably will post this simply just because that feels more therapeutic to me. I know some people do this kind of shit for therapy. I don't. I just do it because I enjoy it. But somehow every once in a while doing something like this is fun. I don't even know why I'm gonna go about editing this video, because I'm recording this like just audio, but I actually don't know, like, well, audio. I'm recording it through my camera on my phone, but I'm just like, it's like just filming my bed like in like a portrait thing, and so I can add fucking, what do you call it, gameplay over the top. But I actually don't know what game I'm gonna use, because I don't know if I have any like footage pre-recorded. I guess I do have that Persona 5 Strikers footage, and I also have that Sonic Boom Rise of Lyric footage, which, by the way, the reason the Sonic movie video was Sonic Boom Rise of Lyric footage is because after me and Voidacat filmed that, I was like, fuck it, let's just boot up like some shit game and just record multiplayer footage for the crack, and that's what happened, so... Yeah, that's what that was about. He actually ended up liking that game, and I'm just like, what? That game is fucking terrible. I hate Sonic Boom Rise of Lyric, man. Actually, it's funny because one of the video ideas I jotted down was a Sonic retrospective. I guess this is kind of something else I probably should talk about, really, because I talked about the Sonic 06 video earlier. After I stopped doing the Sonic 06, after I made the Sonic 06 video, the plan, I think I said this in the video, was to move on to the other Sonic games, so like to do like Unleashed and then Colors. I even had like, I actually think I still have all the footage. I did a full playthrough of Unleashed. I even edited like edited together like the first little bit of it. Like, I actually started work on a Sonic Unleashed point by point in the same way I did my my 06 one, but I just ended up not doing. I even have all the footage for Colors. I was actually going to use Colors Ultimate footage, because like, and all the Colors Ultimate footage that I have is from the day one. Like, and by day one, I mean the day one of the early access. Like, it's like very, very early Colors Ultimate, and I'm glad I still have that footage, because it's literally all my first playthrough of that game. So I'm actually glad I still have that. Colors Ultimate's such a disaster, man. But yeah, but I've decided I want to do a full Sonic retrospective talking about the entire franchise, because it is my favorite game franchise ever, and it's like, I just feel like that would be so cool. But one thing I've decided on is I'm going to redo the 06 video, because it's like, that is easily my least favorite point by point I've ever done. Like, so I definitely want to, it'll probably just, rather than just redoing the review, it'll probably end up being like a remake of the original video with some changes in there, because like, there's some jokes in there that are actually legitimately funny in concept. Like, for instance, there's a joke in there where I'm talking about how ugly Amy's model is, and like, it does the sparkle thing, and I'm like, is Amy supposed to look cute there? Because that would have worked with literally any other Amy model, and it would have looked better. And then it shows the one from Sonic Boom, and I go, okay, point taken. And then it shows the one from Sonic Forces, and I go, I said point taken, but I messed up the delivery on the line, and it just wasn't funny, which is funny, because like, that fucking joke was part of the reason I even made the video. But yeah, I'm definitely going to redo that, because I think my plan is to do Sonic 1, Sonic CD, Sonic 3, Sonic 2 obviously as well, and Sonic 3 and Knuckles, which is going to be even better now that we have Sonic Origins coming out, which looks fucking fantastic, by the way. I'm not happy with how they're handling the DLC, but the game itself looks fantastic, and I think the price point is fine. The way they're handling the DLC is bullshit. I actually might make a video on that, because of how fucking like much the stuff they're hiding behind DLC actually pisses me off. But I don't know, I guess that'll definitely be a good way to do it now that that's coming out. But yeah, I'm also going to do all the spin-offs. The one that I'm actually really excited to do is Sonic Adventure, the first Sonic Adventure, because I have a lot to say about that game. And Sonic Heroes as well. That I like, it's weird because Sonic Adventure 2 is my favorite Sonic game, but it's like I am looking forward to doing Adventure 1 and Heroes the most, because Adventure 1 is just so fascinating to me, and Heroes is just like this like weird mess of a game to where it's like, sometimes I love it and sometimes I hate it. Like, I was literally playing it earlier, and I was like, do I like this? I actually do not know if I like this. Like, it was so weird. Before I was playing the shitty PS3 version, which, by the way, don't play the PS3 version of Heroes. If you, it only really applies to those in Europe. Don't play the PS3 version of Heroes. It's a fucking disaster. Don't play the PS2 version either. In fact, some people would say don't play any version except the GameCube version, but I've played a good amount of the Xbox version, and it's pretty alright. So, I don't know what the thing on the Xbox version on that game is, but. Yeah, that's kind of the plan, is to do that. I also, when it comes to my Mario retrospective, I also started recording footage for the Mario 3 video. When it comes to the Mario retrospective, I don't know if I'm going to restart that or not. Because, on one hand, my video on the first Mario Bros. Isn't really great, but I'm really proud of my video on the second Mario Bros. Like, that video is actually really, really good. It's like one of my favorite point-by-points I've made. But it's like, do I want to restart the Mario one? Because the thing was with Mario is I grew up with that series, but there's so many, like, mainline Mario games that I haven't played. Like, I've played a good amount of Mario 1, a little bit of Mario 2, a decent bit of Mario 3 and Mario World. I've played a lot of Mario 64, but I've never finished Mario 2, Mario 3, Mario World, Mario 64. Like, I've played all these games, but I've never actually finished them. Even though I grew up with Mario 64, I've still never beaten it. Even though I have memories of the Grand Staircase. Not the Grand Staircase, the never-ending staircase when I was younger. So I don't know. Oh, that was in the DS version, though. I've never beaten Mario Sunshine. I've never even played Mario Galaxy 1 or 2. I don't even what I do on Mario Galaxy 1 on the 3D All-Stars collection. I actually did own a Wii copy at one point, but it didn't fucking work. And that's why you don't trust CEX, kids. Even though actually I do buy most of my games from them. I've beaten 3D Land, never even played 3D World, and I've beaten Odyssey. I fucking love Mario Odyssey, dude. So yeah, I guess when it comes to Mario, I'm really not that... Like, even though I've played a lot of the games, like, I've barely played Sunshine. Like, I've barely even touched Sunshine. Despite the fact that it was the first GameCube game I ever owned. Like, before I even owned a GameCube, I played it on the fucking Wii. And I don't know, because I've always considered myself a Mario fan, but I really haven't experienced it to the extent that everyone else has. Like, I've never beaten Mario 64, but I absolutely love that game. Like, that game is so good, man. And it's like, I don't know. I've been ranting for almost half an hour. I've gone completely off subject now to where this has basically become a one-man podcast. Like, if that's something you guys would actually be interested in, it's just videos of me ranting about bullshit. Because I do have a podcast with Void a Cat called the Cat Point Podcast, where basically we just sit down and talk about, like, nerdy shit, but we haven't uploaded on that channel in a while on account of the video quality being really, really bad. So, yeah. I don't know, would you guys be interested in random videos like this about me just sitting down and talking about fucking God knows what? Because this is fun for me. Like, this is weirdly kind of fun for me. Like, there's a lot of videos that I could just sit down and talk, and I could just keep talking. Like, there's so many. Maybe that's something I'll do. Like, while I'm waiting until I can start doing point by point again, maybe I'll do something like that. But anyway, this video is approaching half an hour long. I should probably wrap this up. So, I don't know. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed this weird rant type thing. What the fuck even was this? But if you guys enjoyed this for whatever reason, be sure to leave a like, leave a comment in the comment section below. Tell me if you do want to see more stuff like this, because I would happily do it. I love just ranting about fucking bullshit. There's actually like a bunch of videos like this, as I said, that I could easily make. Subscribe if you haven't already. I'm so close to 300 subscribers, and that is fucking crazy to me that I'm actually that close to 300 subscribers. I actually never made a 200 subscriber thing, which sucked, and now I'm close to 300, and it's like, what the fuck, dude? But anyway, subscribe if you haven't already. I'll see you all next time. Peace.